Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. I'm Scott.
And I'm Cheryl.
And in today's video, we're at Myrtle Beach, right off Highway 17 bypass in the Intercoastal Waterway at the beautiful Grand Dunes Golf Club. And we're going to rate and review the golf course and answer the question, is Grand Dunes Golf Course worth the price to play when in Myrtle Beach? So stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. For those of you new to our channel, at least in the Myrtle Beach series, we rate each golf course or resort based on 4 categories. Number 1 category is the layout and playability for all levels of players. Number 2 category is the aesthetics or the wow factor. 3rd category,
Course condition.
course condition. And the 4th category,
Value.
value or bang for your buck. So let's get started. Category 1 for layout, we're going to give Grand Dunes 4 stars.
And for playability, 2.5 stars.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Grand Dunes.
So Grand Dunes is an 18-hole complex just across the Intercoastal Waterway, right by where Highway 17 and the Highway 17 bypass come together at the Grand Strand Medical Center.
Yeah, right there at the hospital. In fact, there's a big, what do you call, Del Webb community right there.
Yeah.
We even looked at houses there because we are getting in that age group. I've been there a while. Grand Dunes was designed by Roger Rulick and was named Golf Digest as one of America's 100 greatest public courses.
And in 2022, the course underwent an extensive greens and bunkers renovation, which really has improved the playability and the aesthetics of the course.
Yeah, and then did some drainage work on it, made the greens a lot bigger than what they were. So it is a lot prettier, I think. The course features very large, deep bunkers, which was part of the renovation, which have lots of slope to them. So they're not an easy out if you get in the bunkers here, which adds to why the playability score was so low for us. I guess it makes it really harder for a higher handicap player. The intercoastal, a lot of holes run along the Intercoastal Waterway, the tall Carolina pines framing both sides of almost every fairway. But it's really a pleasing day on the golf course visually. I think there's water or wetlands on virtually every hole, but maybe 2 or 3, which adds to the difficulty of the golf course as well. The greens also feature a lot of slope, making Grand Dunes quite a challenge for any level of golfer, and 3 putts are definitely the norm on some of these greens. All right, tell us about the course layout.
So Grand Dunes has 6 sets of tees. They range from 5,300 to 7,500 plus yards. So it can play quite long depending upon the tees you're going to play. We would have liked to see another set of tees at around 4,500 for a higher handicap.
Yeah, I think that would make it a lot more playable for all levels of players if they had that extra set of tees at 4,500. You know, like we said, like Grande Dunes, you have tees at 3,800 yards to make it really playable for everybody, even though they're really difficult golf courses out there. And that would make Grand Dunes just a little bit better, I think, if they had a little bit shorter tees. You want a big challenge, you go play it from the 7,500 back there at the tips, boys, and have you a big time. Category 2 for aesthetics. We're going to give Grand Dunes
4 stars.
Right.
The holes on the Intercoastal Waterway really make this course and the overall beauty. But the holes with the wetlands and small ponds are quite pleasing to the eye as well.
I think the set of the 4 par 3s are incredible, and they can be beasts from the back 2 sets of tees. So be mindful of that when you play it. The shortest of those 4 par 3s is 190-yard 11th hole, with the gorgeous 8th playing at over 240 yards from the tips. So bring all you got. You make 4 3s on these par 3s, and you've had a great day striking that golf ball. So let's talk about some of our favorite holes on the golf course, starting with the first hole.
And number 1 is a long par 4 with water all the way down the right side of the hole and then out of bounds left and behind the green, which makes the tee shot a tough one to start your round.
Yeah, it's not a breather hole like Donald Ross like to start his with.
Yeah. So your approach will favor a fade into the green, and around the large bunker protecting the green on the right, and the water lurking over there as well. This is a strong opening hole, so make sure you are good and loose.
Yeah, you want to hit a couple of buckets before you tee off on that first hole because it is a booger. Number 2 is a long par 3, as all 4 of them are at Grand Dunes. There are wetlands all down the right side that must be carried depending upon which tee you play. You play those back couple tees and you're carrying it over it. The forest runs down the entire left side of the hole, and it's really close. The green is protected left and behind by 2 large and very deep bunkers, which have a lot of slope to them, and you're going to get some funky lies in them. So you want to avoid the bunkers. That's a theme at Grand Dunes all day long. You want to avoid those bunkers at all costs because they're going to cost you a stroke and a half in those things. The green slopes steeply from back to front at the big ridge bisecting it in the middle. So if you're on the wrong side of that, you're looking at 3 putts as well. And then moving on to number 7, this is a long 3-shot par 5. I don't believe you're going to reach this one in 2, boys. The tee shot has water down the right and a deep bunker right in the landing area. Big hitters can also drive the ball through the fairway if you're not careful into the penalty area that cuts into the fairway. The second shot has to be threaded between water hazards on both sides of the fairway as well. Then your third shot's into a large green protected right and back left by large bunkers and water left. This is not a typical par 5 birdie hole as trouble lurks on every shot. You're just wanting to get out of there with a 5 on this one.
Number 8 is a gorgeous but big boy par 3 or big girl
par
girl. 3.
Well, you can't say big girl nowadays.
Sorry.
Okay.
Especially from the tips, playing out to over 240 yards.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah. The tee shot must carry a water hazard on the left, but not be too long as the intercoastal waterway lies behind the green. A large bunker protects the green right, and the green has some pretty severe slopes to it. So even from the forward tees, this hole is a beast of a par 3.
Yeah, I believe I hit a 4 hybrid over the green and was maybe this far from going into the intercoastal waterway on the back. So yeah, it'll leave you talking to yourself. Moving on, number 9 is a long straightaway par 4 with a pretty wide fairway. However, the intercoastal waterway runs down the entire left side of this hole. It's a lot of pictures taken on this one. The second shot is into one of the smaller greens on the golf course, and the waterway and a small bunker lie on the left side to catch any errant shots. But the architect left you a big bailout to the right side, so take advantage of it. Don't mess with the left side on number 9. And then number 11, this is the shortest of the par 3s at Grand Dunes, but still plays at $190 from the back. This hole features a massive waste bunker running from the tee to the green on both sides of the green. The green has a lot of break to it. It is quite large and built up quite a bit. So hitting the green with the tee shot is critical to avoid a big number because that bunker is no joke.
Number 14 is the signature hole at Grand Dunes, so make sure you take a lot of pictures of this one. It is a long par 3, but it plays shorter because of the tee shot is severely downhill. But must carry the intercoastal waterway, which is also down the right side of the green. A large bunker also lies to the right to catch a slice. There is a drop area, so if you donate to the water god, you can take your drop there.
Yeah, and speed up play because you've already taken, I think you did your calendar shoot on the tee box back there because it really is a pretty tee shot. But yeah, use that drop area if you have to. Then number 17 is a long par 5 that can be reached in 2 by longer hitters, but you've got water down the entire hole on the left side and then some trees and mounds running down the right side. The approach shot is into a green with no bunkers at all, which is unusual. But it's surrounded by mounds, and the green has lots and lots of slope to it, and it has pockets on the green between those slopes, which making the green really smaller than what it is because you have to hit those pockets or you're looking at 3 putts. So you've really got to be precise with your shot into that green. Category 3 for course conditions. We're going to give Grand Dunes
4.5 stars.
Good.
So the fairways and greens were in terrific shape the last time we played it, and it really is a beautiful layout and a really fun day at the course.
Yeah, it was close to being a 5 stars for me as far as the course conditions and the shape. It was in really, really good shape. The bunkers were well kept, and they added to the beauty of the golf course, even though they can be quite penal, and they are not your typical resort bunkers, flat, easy to get out of. When they redid these, they made them extremely difficult with a lot of slope, a lot of fingers to them that you can get some really tricky lies in. which really makes golf course really play tough. And then the greens were made when they redid them 33% larger and restored to their original size and shape. So then they have some really big slopes to them. But I thought they putted really true, and they were in terrific shape for the summertime. And again, we don't usually get bad conditions when we're there in the summer because we do our homework ahead of time. But in the fall, in the spring, the fall and the winter, I bet it is gorgeous when they overseed this golf course, because it was pretty in the summertime.
Right. We thought Grand Dunes lived up to its reputation as being one of the best on the Grand Strand, and we will definitely play it again and never be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely enjoyed this one. All right, category 4 for value or bang for your buck. We're going to give Grand Dunes 2.5 stars when you compare it to the other Myrtle Beach golf courses, and probably about 3.5 stars when you compare it to the other places we've been all over the world, right?
Agreed. Grand Dunes is one of the most expensive you can play in Myrtle Beach, even in the summer. So the summer rates midweek range from about $150 in the morning to just over $100 in the afternoon.
Yeah. But they do have packages on their website, and you can reduce those fees somewhat. And again, if you catch one of the other package deals, the different groups out there, you can get it for a little less than this. Good news is kids under 16 play free with a paying adult. So the value rating would go up for those of you that are families that are playing with your kids. That save you a lot of money, which we're not used to that. Definitely not here. And in a lot of the places we've been, that's not a thing. So there's like 50 or so courses in the Grand Strand that has something similar to this, where under 18, under 16, they play free or get at least a discount for those. So this is definitely one. If you're playing with your kids, you want to play this one. Yeah. Having said that, Grand Dunes bills itself as a premier golf course on the Grand Strand, and the layout and the conditions and the scenery that it provides, you get a lot of bang for the buck that you're paying for. So if you don't mind paying a little more for a more elevated experience, then Grand Dunes should be on your list, don't you think?
I agree.
Okay, and to recap, an overall score for Grand Dunes, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. What'd you think?
I'm going to give it 3 stars.
It was a little tougher for you, wasn't it? Yeah. Even though the cost is higher than a lot of Myrtle Beach courses, I really enjoyed the layout, the scenery, definitely the challenge of the golf course. And I rate it in my top 10 in the Myrtle Beach area. I feel like you get what you're paying for with Grand Dunes, and you can't always say that with some of these golf courses.
Well, it played longer and more difficult for a higher handicap player, but it was a beautiful course, and I really enjoyed playing it, even though it was a lot harder for me.
Yeah, I agree with Cheryl, and that Grand Dunes is not an easy golf course. It can play really long, so you got to make sure you choose the right tees and leave your ego in the car. So check your handicap, play the right tees, and you'll have a better day on the golf course. The bunkers are large, and they have lots of shape to them, and that makes them a lot more penal than your typical resort golf course. The greens are good sized, and they feature a lot of slope to them, and making it critical to hit the right section of each green where that pin is, and makes lag putting really, really critical to scoring well. I think it was really nice to play a golf course that was a challenge and not just a birdie fest out there for a low handicap player. Just be sure you know what you're getting into when you make your tee time there. Okay? If you're shooting a personal best is important to you, then you need to play somewhere else.
If you played Grand Dunes, leave us a comment below and let us know what you think. We love hearing from our viewers and what your experiences are like.
Yeah, a lot of people have commented on how much they enjoy this one, so let us know what you think.
As always, remember, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe below so that we can continue to provide videos like this one for couples like us who love to travel and play golf.
Yeah, and be sure to come back next week as we continue our Myrtle Beach series with a visit up Highway 501. Ooh, it could be the world's biggest traffic jam sometimes. To the Wizard Golf Course, one of your favorites, and we'll rate and review the golf course. And then check out our other videos in the Myrtle Beach series and others on our channel from places like Grande Dunes,
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Cabo San Lucas and their comfort stations. Ooh, and lots of tequila. Scottsdale, Phoenix, especially in the summer when it's 100 million degrees, but you get a great value. Islands all over the Caribbean, and even Louisville, Kentucky, and Scotland. So we hope to meet you on the first tee someday.
Shoot 'em straight.